not just me and Butch. We'd come here to get used to gunfire, which I already was, on account of where I'd come from, and learn about gun smells, another thing I already knew, and also about explosives, which were new to me but turned out to be a snap when it came to sniffing them out. No guns today. We had the range all to ourselves. Bobby led us over toward the fence at one side of the range. If him walking and me and Butch sprinting around him in circles counts as leading. The side fence was very high and made of solid planks, tight together so you couldn't see through. But I smelled interesting things on the other side, like paint and grease and gasoline. Not far from the fence stood a big, tall shape, hidden by a tarp. "What we got here," Bobby said, pulling off the tarp, "is a 3-bar horse jump." He started adjusting the bars and muttering something about how they were looking for distance as well as height. "Yeah, high for this one. A foot more in the middle, and we'll top out at 6 feet. Or something like that." For some reason I found myself yawning. Butch, right beside me, was panting. "Look at you guys," Bobby said. "What the hell?" He walked around the horse jump to the other side. "Chet," he said. "Sit." I sat, head up and alert. It hit me that soon we were going to be leaping over this horse jump. That top bar wasn't very high at all. What could be easier? Bobby produced his clipboard. "Butch," he said. He clapped his hands. "Up and over. Come." Butch stood very still. For a moment I thought he might be planning a quick little detour around the jump. But Butch was way too good for that. He sprang to life, took off at a real good speed for a dude his size, and launched himself, up and over. Oops. Or maybe not. True, Butch was over, landing with just a little stumble, hardly noticeable at all, and sitting down for his biscuit, but one of his back paws had clipped that top bar, and now it was vibrating and wavering, about to... No, the bar quivered back to stillness and stayed where it was. "I'll give you that one," Bobby said, and made a mark on the clipboard. "You're in." He gave Butch his biscuit, and Butch curled up and went to work on it. "Okay, Chet, you're up," Bobby said. He clapped his hands. "Chet, up and over. Come." Leap over this horse jump? Was that it? A snap. I dug my front paws into the grass. Best way for getting the kind of explosive start that makes the rest of it a piece of cake, as humans say, although why I'm not sure. Cake being nothing special in my opinion. But at the very last moment, before there'd be no stopping me, I caught a slight movement from the direction of the wooden fence. I paused, glanced over, and saw, peering through a small hole down where the fence met the ground, a cat. And not just any cat, but a plump white cat with golden eyes and a pinkish nose. Beauty. Beauty? Beauty? Who I'd last seen getting driven off in the stolen yellow car? I took off in my best explosive style, but not toward the jump. Instead, I headed directly toward Beauty, barking my head off. "Chet!" Bobby shouted at me. "What the hell are you doing?" And maybe more like that. I wasn't really listening. I skidded to a stop right in front of that hole in the fence, shearing off a long clump of turf, and came face to face with Beauty. She gazed at me with those golden eyes, and then, so quick I barely saw the movement, one of her paws came flashing up and clawed me right across the nose. That made me so mad I did nothing, because at that moment, Bobby grabbed me by the collar and lifted my front end clear off the ground. As he dragged me away, I saw Beauty backing out of the hole and disappearing from view on the other side of the fence. Bobby gave me a hard look. "Had a feeling the whole time you'd screw up," he said. "You flunk." I flunked? What did that mean exactly? It didn't sound good. I licked the blood off my muzzle. We drove away from the range. I had the back all to myself. Butch sat up front with Bobby. Bobby dropped Butch off at the Valley PD kennel where we lived, but left me in the car. Hey, I wanted to get out too, but that didn't happen. Instead, Bobby and I went on a long drive that took us across the bridge over the Arroyo and back into Vista City, where I'd lived in the old days. We parked in...
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.